Believe that. You hear me? So I'm gonna dive right into it. I will be getting into an article in a minute, but long story short, the Dallas Cowboys potentially could try to land Brian Flores. I repeat, the Dallas Cowboys could try to land Brian Flores. Now, you know me, dog. I'm telling the Vikings, the Wilfs, Quasi, whoever, right? Pay Brian Flores. You keep Brian Flores by any means. I repeat, you keep Brian Flores in the building, right? By any means, huh? Yeah. Do not let the Cowboys come over here around yonder and put their paws on Brian Flores. I don't care what you got to match, what criteria you got to meet, how much you got to pay. You do not let this man leave the building, huh? I've said this numerous times. I said it in my last video about Flores and the Minnesota Vikings overall. Brian Flores is the most important piece, even a more important piece, right? Than KOC and Quasi put together. Yeah. And I stand on that 10 toes down, right? Right. Ain't no way in hell you let Brian Flores walk out the door if it's a way you can keep him in the building. Everybody knows what he has done with this defense, with this defensive side of the ball, with lack of talent. So it's no way you let Brian Flores go out that door to the Dallas Cowboys. And you know, Jerry Jones, all them boys over there around yonder, oh, they gonna pay up. They gonna pay up. Huh? I'm sure whatever Brian Flores asks for, he will get. So the Minnesota Vikings, don't be stingy, man. You gave who? KOC an extension. You gave Quasi an extension. And for what? They ain't really proved nothing. Brian Flores has proved everything on the other hand. He proved he can develop players right. He proved he can change your whole culture of your defense, huh? He can turn things around in less than 2 years with a lack of talent in certain areas, huh? He's proven to you that he can definitely be a head coach that players love to play for him. That he can put players in the right position. Come on, man. The mentality, huh? The mentality. You know, even after 3 years, the NFL still hasn't figured him out. And you look at the type of ball the Vikings are playing right now. This is a Super Bowl caliber defense. I repeat, this is a Super Bowl caliber defense. You don't let Brian Flores go or walk out that door. You know, it's no replacing him. He is one of a kind. It's not just no dime a dozen. He don't come dime a dozen. He's very rare, man. He's a very rare football entity, you know, his football IQ, vernacular, etc., 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 man. He is just different. He is just different. Yeah. And as he starts to acquire real personnel, the personnel he really wants, you're going to see an even more elite defense year after year. Now, we have some good key players on the squad right now, but not as many as you want. You give this man a juggernaut nose tackle. You give this man a elite cornerback, even just one. You give this man an elite safety, right? Even just one. And you watch how this defense quickly and swiftly turns into the number one defense in the NFL. I stand on that 10 toes down heavy. No cap, bro. No cap. Ain't no way you let this man go. You solidify him, you extend him early. You know, the Wolves did it with KLC, huh? They did it with Quasi. Why not do it with Flores? With a piece you know you need. If Brian Flores leaves now, guess what? The whole defense must and will be revamped. You're going to get a new coach in there. You don't know how good or how bad he will be. Do we want to risk the chance of hiring another Ed Donatel in that weak ass shell? Come on, man. Can't do it. Cannot do it. So you focus in and zone in. That should be the Vikings' main goal. Is making sure they retain Brian Flores, man. Let's get into this article real quick. The cowgirls coming over here round yonder, trying to take our defensive coordinator away. Hell to the no, man. Come on, stop playing, boy. Stop playing. Jerry Jones, take that back to Dallas, bro. To Dallas, huh? Yeah. Cowboys could be lurking for Brian Flores as the Matt Eberflus replacement, while the Vikings attempt to extend the expiring contract of defensive coordinator Brian Flores. It won't matter if another team wants to hire him to be head coach. It will matter if another team is thinking about hiring him as its next defensive coordinator. There could be more than one. Definitely. Oh, yeah, definitely, baby. Yeah. But one such team that is lurking is the Cowboys. Dallas seems to be destined to fire defensive coordinator Matt Eberflus after a disastrous reunion year. Never mind the fact that owner slash GM Jerry Jones traded the defense's best player 10 days before week one. And the increasing chatter in the league circles is that the Cowboys will be firmly in play for Flores. The Vikings were told are keenly aware of the possibility, and while the Vikings should have exclusive rights to negotiate with Flores until his contract expires, we all know by now that tampering is as rampant in pro football as flopping mouthpieces that never seem to make their way into players' mouths. You know, Vikings and Jerry Jones doing some tampering, man. Come on now. You know, Jerry Jones loves to talk a big game. Will he put his money where his mouth is? He has a low key reputation for being cheap. You can't be cheap and get Flores. I tell you that right now. Rex Ryan claimed last year that he would have been hired instead of Mike Zimmer to be the defensive coordinator for the final years of the Mike McCarthy regime, but Jones couldn't pony up the money. Flores could be the winner either way. If Jones decides to give true credence to his periodic claim about the size of the check he writes to win a Super Bowl, he'll put real cash on the table. Facts. Which could spark a bidding war for Flores between Dallas, Minnesota, and whoever else may decide to try to hire him. Oh, trust me, it's gonna be teams who make the bid, put the bid in definitely, dog, for Flow. Hey, B Flow, don't go. B Flow, don't go. The other factor in all of this is whether the Vikings truly want Flores back or whether they want to create the impression that they tried to keep him. As we learned when canvassing high-level personnel with multiple teams about Flores' head coaching prospects in the coming hiring cycle. His Belichickian style hasn't always meshed with Minnesota nice. So what? Forget Minnesota Vikings nice. Where the hell has Minnesota Vikings nice got the Vikings, right? Right. No damn where. Except a first round exit. Period. Still, Coach Kevin O'Connell will or should have plenty of say in the final decisions as to how much the Vikings will pay to keep Flores. Heavy. Given O'Connell's gentler touch when it comes to working with others, Flores provides balance. And if, when the Vikings get their quarterback position figured out, the upside in Minnesota could be higher than it is in Dallas. Facts. For now, it's fitting that the two franchises could be squaring off for Flores. It's the 50th anniversary of the most memorable and controversial on-field meeting of the Cowboys and the Vikings. The question for now could be whether either team ends up making a successful Hail Mary play for Flores. That's about it right there, round yonder. And I'm going to tell you this now, man. You hear me? If the Vikings are smart, like I say, you do whatever you got to do by any means necessary to keep this man in the building. Point blank. Brian Flores is irreplaceable. I repeat, he is irreplaceable. You know, I know it, you know it, they all know it. The whole NFL world know it. So Vikings, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? The A Wilfs, is you bowed it, fool. Yeah. And if KOC smart, if he got any pull, oh, he better go pound the table for Brian Flores. Yeah, for B Flow. Huh? Heavy. Hey man, fire them comments up. You know what it is. Big SKOL here. Hey man, Flow don't go. B Flow don't go, dog. SKOL Vikes forever, win, lose, or draw. But we come to win. And guess what? We run the North. Believe that. Yeah.